Miss Turner's class. You need help with homework? It's Miss Turner's class. I got you. It's Miss Turner's class. What about if you didn't understand something in class? It's Miss Turner's class. I got you.
Hey you guys, and welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, we are focusing on Module 3, Lesson 35, where we are going to review again how to multiply using an area model and finding your partial products. Now friends, we're going to dig right into our lesson for today. This looks crazy, doesn't it? Does it look like something you've seen before? No? Well, it should look familiar because I taught y'all this back in 1919. I'm totally joking about the year, but I did teach you guys this towards the beginning of the school year, so it should look a little bit familiar. However, because this is something that was taught at the very beginning of the school year, we're going to emphasize this heavily in today's lesson, okay? So here we go. We are going to complete the following multiplication problem. Our multiplication sentence is 20 times 22. 20 times 22. Out of these two numbers, which one of these numbers can be decomposed further? Remember, decompose means to break apart. 20 or 22? If you said 22, you're absolutely correct. And I know that I can decompose 22 into two parts. And the way I'm going to decompose my numbers today, y'all, is using place value. So I'm going to ask myself, how many tens are in the number 22? We can actually go ahead and make a note to ourselves at the top. Let's go ahead and make it a different color. So 22 equals blank tens, blank ones. How many tens are in the number 22? What number's in the tens place? Absolutely, 2 tens. So if I have 2 tens, that looks crazy, Miss Turner. There we go. If I have 2 tens in the number 22, how many ones do I have in the number 22? Yeah, I have 2 ones. So now we're going to ask ourselves, y'all, 2 tens is the same thing as saying what? So we know in the number 22 we have 2 tens. That equals how many? Think about it if you had money. How much money would you have if someone gave you 2 $10 bills? Yes, 20. And 2 ones equals what? What number does 2 ones equal? They give you 2 $1 bills. How much money do you have? Yeah, absolutely. $2. So 22, which is the same thing as saying 2 tens, 2 ones, also is the same thing as saying 20 plus 2. All right. So now we're working with something. So we know that we're going to be multiplying 20 plus 2 times 20. That is the number that's being multiplied by both of these numbers. So we're going to go ahead and put 20 on the side. And if you guys need to, you can go ahead and write your 20 in a different color, just so that you can be mindful of this is the number that is not being decomposed. And then on the top, we're going to put our numbers that are being decomposed. So 22, we said, is the same thing as saying 20 plus 2. Go ahead and fill that in on your paper. The reason why I said fill that in on your paper is because you should have paper and pencil in front of you as you're watching this video. And now we multiply. Grab your pencil. I want you guys to know that we are multiplying this number by every single number at the top. We're going to go ahead and start with our first number. So I want you to draw an arrow to your first number, 20 times 20. I don't know 20 times 20, but I do know 2 times 2. I'm taking away those zeros. 2 times 2. What's 2 times 2? If you said 4, you're absolutely correct. And how many zeros did I take away? I took away 2 zeros, so I'm going to add 2 zeros back in. Now we're going to multiply 20 by our next number at the top, our other part of the number 22 that we decomposed. 20 times 2. Same as before. I don't know 20 times 2, but I do know 2 times 2. What's 2 times 2? Yeah, 4. And I took away 1 0, so I'm going to add that 1 0 back in. So 20 times 2 is 40. Yeah. So these numbers inside of our boxes, you guys, they're super important. They represent our partial product, which means they represent parts of our product. And what do I need to do to those parts in order to find my whole product? What do you think? Am I going to add? Am I going to subtract? Am I going to multiply? Or am I going to divide to find my whole product? If you said we're going to add, you're absolutely correct. So we're going to take our first partial product, which is 400. And let's go ahead and place 400 inside of our box as we're adding. And then we're going to take our second partial product, which is 40, and we're going to place that inside of our box as well. 400 plus 40 equals, what does it equal? What's my product? Yes, it equals 440. We just found our product by using an area model and adding up partial products. Let's go ahead and do another problem. Make sure you're having that paper in front of you and you're doing this problem with me. 50 times 41. Let's look at this problem. 50 and 41. Which one of our numbers do we need to decompose? 50 or 41? Yes, 41. Well, let's go ahead and decompose 41. In the number 41, I have blank tens and I have blank ones. How many tens do I have in the number 41? If you said 4, you're absolutely correct. I have 4 tens in the number 41. And how many ones do I have? Good job. 1, 1. So now let's figure out, well, what is 4 tens, right? Because in order for us to decompose this number into an addition sentence, we need to know what number is 4 tens. Do you know? 4 tens equals what? If you're stuck, ask yourself, if someone gives you 4 $10 bills, how much money do you have now? If you said 40, you're absolutely correct. And 1 1. $1 bill, how much money is that? Yeah, it's just 1. So what is our addition sentence going to look like? 41 equals what? Blank plus blank. Yeah, 41 equals 40 plus 1. So now that we decomposed our number 41, we can go ahead and start multiplying. We've decomposed 41, so we're going to go ahead and put the number that's not decomposed on our side, which is, what number hasn't been decomposed? 50, yeah, because we're multiplying 50 times 41, and we decomposed 41 to 40 plus 1. So we're going to go ahead and fill that in on our paper. If you need to, pause the video so that you can catch up and have this on your paper as well. And same as before, we're multiplying our 50 by every single number at the top. So let's go ahead and start with 50 times 40. I don't know 50 times 40, but I do know 5 times, 5 times 4. And the way I figured that out is by taking away my zeros. What's 5 times 4? Good job, 20. And I took away 2 zeros, so don't forget to add your 2 zeros back in. And don't forget your comma. So 50 times 40 equals 2,000. Now, let's do the same thing to our second number at the top. 50 times 1. 50 times 1. I don't know 50 times 1, but I do know 5 times 1. What's 5 times 1? Good job, 5. And I took away a 0, so I'm going to add that 0 back in to make 50. So 50 times 1 equals 50. Now let's go ahead and add our partial products. Remember, you're always going to start with your first partial product and your largest number. And then you're going to put your second largest number in your addition sentence. So we're adding 2,000 plus 50. What's my sum? What do I get when I add 2,000 plus 50? Yeah, 2,050. You guys are so smart and you're catching on so quickly. Let's do another one. In this problem, I have 60 times 73. Out of these two numbers, which one of these numbers makes more sense to decompose? If you said 73, you're absolutely correct. How do I decompose 73? Well, you know what we can do to help us. 73 equals blank tens, blank ones. How many tens are in the number 73? Good job. Yeah, 7 tens. And how many ones are in the number 73? Yeah, 3 ones. So now that we've figured out our place value, we can now see, well, how many tens are in, or what number is the same thing as saying 7 tens, and what number is the same thing as saying 3 ones. In other words, how do I write these two numbers in standard form? 7 tens equals how much? 70. And 3 ones equals how much? 3. So 73 is the same thing as saying blank plus blank. Good. 70 plus 3. Remember, we did not decompose 60, so we can go ahead and put that on the side. And then we're going to place our decomposed number at the top. I want you to pause the video. Grab your pencil. Draw an arrow to the first number that you are going to multiply 60 by. Did you draw your arrow to 70? If you did, you were correct. 60 times 70. I want you to use the trick Ms. Turner has taught you to multiply these two numbers. Pause the video if you need time. All right, friends. So if you use the trick, I don't know 60 times 70, or 60 times 70 might be tricky, but I do know 6 times 7. What did you guys get when you multiplied 6 times 7? I got that too, 42. And I took away 2 zeros, so I had to add those 2 zeros back in. And don't forget my comma. Did you guys get 4,200? If you did, you were absolutely correct. All right, pause the video again. Draw an arrow to the next number you're multiplying 60 by. Did you do it? You should have drawn an arrow to 3. If you drew an arrow to the number 3, you were correct. 60 times 3. I don't know 60 times 3, but I do know, pause the video, I want you guys to figure out your next partial product. Did you get it? 6 times 3 is 18. You took away 1 0, so you have to add that 0 back in. So 60 times 3 equals 180. Now I want you guys to place your partial products inside of your box, and I want you to add to find your total product. If you need to, pause the video. Friends, means you should have placed 4,200 in your first box. You should have placed 180 in your second box. And when you add them together, you get 4,380. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Until next time, peace.